Hello, everyone. Welcome to the It's Hard to Explain podcast. We're in a new location with a big fucking table. It's huge.
Yeah, a lot of new things. We got a new table, a new location.
Hear us out, dear listeners. Hear us out for a moment. Let us rant. For a while, we've been using like a plastic and thin aluminum folding table.
Piece of shit
that the boom arms couldn't even attach to correctly unless we jerry-rigged it with some fucking like metal plates.
Yeah.
And finally, we were just kind of doing our thing one day, or Jake and Kagan were doing their thing one day, and they drove past the
I saw a dining table at a dumpster.
Yeah, they drove past our local dumpster.
I got out, felt under to see if it had a lip on it, and I said,
This'll do.
I said, that's good. And I picked it up by myself and threw it in the bed of my truck.
Dude,
and my neighbor was just sitting there watching me, and he said, do you need any help? And I was like, no.
No.
Already,
He's a
though,
man
like,
on
this-
a mission.
Already, though, this is like significantly better than what we had.
Yes.
Although it's fucking huge.
It's tall as It's a dining room table,
and
so
we're,
it's huge.
And my living room is quite compact.
Yeah,
with some
Ethan,
stuff,
you want to
so-
tell us about your new apartment?
That we are in
Yeah.
currently.
This is our new recording location.
It's nothing special, but
It's
it's
a
Special
cozy
to
gets
you,
the
little
job
man.
done.
Yeah,
It's a cozy little love shed.
yeah.
yeah, I'm by myself, so
You're loving yourself with one hand. I mean,
It's been like two weeks now.
about 2 weeks.
How's
yeah,
it been? How's it been?
Quiet.
Quiet.
I was trying to demonstrate how it's been.
I thought you were gonna say lonely.
No noise.
Quite lonely.
quite lonely.
I
The
can
first
finally
week I
straight
didn't have
jork my
Wi-Fi.
shit anywhere I want to.
So yeah, that was one thing when we first moved out. Me and Kayla, is first night we moved out. We had most of our stuff, but it was still just kind of silent because we didn't have a TV yet.
Yeah.
So me and her just sat in the living room in silence and ate pasta. We just. We didn't say a word to each other. Then we just went, all right, I'm going to bed. And I just stood up and went to bed. Dude. And then, I think a week later, Black Friday hit. And I was like, I need a fucking TV. It's fucking bleak in here, man.
whenever me and Shay moved into our apartment,
There's the
air conditioner.
Oh no. Okay, so just a sidebar. Although we are in a new location,
It's still a fucking apartment.
it's still an apartment and it's smaller than Kagan, so you will probably still hear some background noise, and we apologize.
You'll live.
But
Yeah,
It's
deal with
trust
it.
the process.
it is what it is, man. Ethan's gonna go try to fix
Y'all-
it.
fix this.
Y'all are
Yeah.
our day ones, so when we rise to the top, you'll be like, I was there when they had the fucking AC blaring. That was me.
All right, okay.
I was
I
there.
don't know about that one.
All right. Careful there. We'll have to get you a belt. Your britches are a little big for you.
I'm telling you, as soon as we got the table, he wants everything.
Dude, I feel like I can touch God now. This table is fucking huge.
it's tall enough to.
Yeah. But I'm in this creakety, rickety ass fucking folding chair.
I will say one more plus to this table is it's a lot more stable than the old one. So I could kick the leg and
so
we could
true.
shake it and it doesn't make nearly as much
Yeah.
noise.
You
It doesn't.
kick the leg and
Yeah.
it fucking breaks.
And
Usually with that old table, the slightest bump and it reverberated the whole way through the mic.
not only that, but
Well-
setting up our boom arms was a 2-man job. Now we can just do it ourselves.
Yeah.
dude.
That's so much better.
Or Adam would just prop it up on his shoulder like he's fucking a bitch. Just throw the leg on his shoulder.
Kagan,
Yeah.
the plates were a good idea to start out.
They-
Because they worked. They got
worked.
the job done.
They weren't the best, but they worked.
They got the
I'm
job
glad to
done.
part ways with our archaic ways. It's
They're archaic, maybe apocalyptic in nature, but it worked for
surprised none
the
of us
time
got
being.
cut and got tetanus while we set
Dude,
those up, man.
I got fucking cut yesterday by the same
So-
kind of sheet metal.
Gnarly gash, man.
Yeah, I didn't even do anything unsafe at work. I just reached for a tape measure and my finger grazed across it and it just
The tape measure?
No, the sheet metal the tape measure was
Oh,
on. I just
oh.
reached for it. My finger just rubbed
I was
against
about
it.
to say, depending on the tape measure, they can fuck up your hand.
No,
anyway.
my finger just rubbed up against it and it just sliced right through it and I just went, "Oh, fuck."
Owie.
And I went to the bathroom and the worst part is always washing it off with water because it's about to sting like a
Yeah.
bitch. And I was just like, ah, the entire time it was rinsing off because I was like, I know this bitch got metal dust in it and everything, so this is
So,
Yeah.
Then you hit it with the peroxide or the isopropyl alcohol.
Yeah, and then I got home and I went, fuck, as it was burning my skin.
Put some Germex in there.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
That's the stuff. That's what you do. On the job site, you just hit it with some Germex, then you just take like the nearest thing of like glue or caulk or whatever else you can use and just just close it up real quick. Get back to work.
Anybody got some Elmers?
No,
Anybody got some Elmers?
no, but they actually, I've seen people do that. They'll just
My
get a
dad
gash
does
and they'll
that.
just take super glue and just dab it together.
Dude,
and
I
be
saw
like,
a motherfucker.
It would get on my nerves
I
because
saw
I
him.
pick at it.
I saw a motherfucker in the warehouse cut his finger open, and I guess he either didn't know that we had first aid kits scattered around, or he just didn't care because he just grabbed the nearest tape gun and just fucking right across his hand.
I mean, I'd do the same.
I mean,
Like,
it works.
at work, they're like, you're supposed to report any and all injuries. And it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to do that because I get injured on the daily. And if I went to them every 5 minutes, like, boss man, I
got
bruised my
people
thigh. Boss man, I got a little cut on my finger. They'll be like, okay, you got to get the fuck out of here because you're doing something wrong.
and make it all better?
Doing too much.
You see, we don't have to report injuries. It's just like, hey, there's first aid kit there, and there. Take care
they're
of
like,
it yourself.
Well, like if
Take
they
care of
see
yourself.
you messing with the first
Get
aid
back
kit,
to work.
they see you messing with the first aid kit. They're like, what happened?
Yeah.
And I have to be like, oh, fuck, I got to talk to them now. So I got to do like stealth recon missions to sneak to.
It's like
Because the first aid kit is in the boss's office. So I have to go sneak in there while he's not in there. So I have to be like,
Yeah. One of ours is
around
in,
and be like,
yeah.
all right.
Well, I think we have two. One of ours is at the back of the warehouse, and the other one is in the manager's office. So,
At the shelter, we're supposed to file a work comp or whatever every time we get an injury. I mean, injuries can be cat scratches to playful dog
Well,
bites.
you're-
Dude, if I get scratched
Yeah,
by a
you're
cat, I'm
dealing
not
with
going to
animals.
report that. That's a fucking.
you're dealing with animals
But-
that potentially have some kind of disease, so that's a little bit more understandable.
Yeah, I mean, like if a dog bites me and draws blood, yeah, I get it. But if it's like a cat scratch that's not even deep enough to like
I mean,
draw
I've got
blood,
scars and shit.
Listen, there's a few
No.
things. Like, obviously, if you get bit by a dog, that's kind of serious, because if it has rabies, then
oh, you're gonna
they
die.
have-
need it.
They
if
have
you
to
don't
put the dog
if
down.
you don't get it checked out immediately and you got rabies, like
Fatal.
once you start showing symptoms, you're dead.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing they can do once you start exhibiting
I remember
symptoms.
when Kayla worked at the shelter. She told me the process to check for rabies. They literally saw its fucking head off.
They
and
put
then
the
send
dog
it
down and they cut the fucking head off, and then they send it off to some medical facility to be tested. And if it comes back negative, you just saw the head off.
I was about to
of a
say what,
dog.
like, but like just to see if they have it.
Yeah,
They
because you
kill
can
it?
only
Okay.
test it through the brain.
Well,
off. It's like okay,
Can't you just like lobotomize it?
yo, this dog's tweaking a little bit. Bring it in, cut off its head.
I think you have to literally remove the brain and then remove part of the brain to test if there's rabies.
Medulla oblongata.
Something like that.
Their fucking prefrontal cortex.
Something, yeah.
But whenever it comes to cat scratches, they're a lot less serious. But I have had cat scratch fever before, and it's not fun.
Didn't you get ringworm one time?
No, I don't
No?
think I can't remember a case where I ever actually had like some kind of parasite. But I've had cat scratch fever, and it's not deadly as far as I know, but it's not fun. Like
What exactly is cat scratch fever?
I barely remember it because I was really little, but I remember that I had two of my lymph nodes, one up here by my jaw and one down here in my neck, swelled up to like the size of golf balls.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so that was fun. But they didn't really hurt or anything. It just was really uncomfortable to move my mouth and like
Yeah.
open my mouth because my
Probably a
jaw was
bitch
having to push two golf balls out of the way.
It's probably a bitch to swallow too. Like,
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but that's all I remember from it. I can't remember if it had any other symptoms other than just lymph node clogging.
I remember when Kayla first started working at the shelter, she didn't follow protocol. With feral cats, you're supposed to put them in the feral box and close the door so you can clean out their kennel and all that.
Yeah.
She reached directly into the kennel with the cat outside of the feral box. This cat latched onto her hand. It sank its teeth into her hand where the little, what is this called?
The little clitoris of your hand.
Yeah,
We're kinda
just
like
right there.
The webbing between
Yeah.
your
Thumb and
index finger
index.
and
And
thumb.
it
yeah.
was on her for like a good 5 seconds. She was like, ow, what do I do?
You fucking fling that bitch against the wall.
just
Slam it against
slam
the-
your fucking arm. Yeah,
I watched it happen.
yeah.
Just die.
I think I was in the process of training her.
like the Oblivion guards.
Why won't you die?
Have you guys seen those videos of the chimpanzees slamming the monkeys on the ground by their tail
Yes.
and just kind of like?
I fucking love that video.
It reminds me of I think it's like Jason X or something. Have you guys seen that movie?
I haven't
When-
seen
Jason
any.
When
Jason
when
X where he's in
Jason- when-
space?
well, yeah, he's in space and then he goes to Earth or something. And
No,
then
it's
he
I know what it is. It's a
he
simulation.
slam-
He walks
It's
into
a
like
simulation,
a
yeah.
simulation room.
and he slams. There's these girls, and I think they're at a sleepover. They're skinny dipping or whatever.
Yeah, and they're like, "Do you want to come smoke weed with us or have premarital sex?"
He says
and then
nothing.
It cuts away, and then it cuts back to him slamming him against the tree
with the sleeping bag. With the sleeping bag. Yeah.
He has one of them roasting over a fire, and then he's just slamming the other into a tree with.
That's what it reminds me of. So to preface for this episode, the last couple have been a little weird. The last episode would have been the Attack on Titan episode, which is the 13th episode, which was just me, Shay, and Adam. Ethan and Kagan were not available, and I think all of us were available for the last one.
Over under, yep.
Yes. So this will be episode 14, and this is just kind of
Yappetite.
We're calling it a Yappetite episode. We're just going to talk no specific topics. Now that we're all four back
because
together.
none of us did research for a topic.
Not only that, but we're in a new, like a lot's going on. We're in a new location, new setup.
There's just been a lot of
New
stuff
stuff,
happening lately, so we just need like a nice
Easy.
unwinding episode.
No research. We just
So,
talk.
For the next episode, we should be, the next episode, Kagan won't be here.
I'll be in California.
And
we'll
the
be in
episode after
California.
that, I won't be here.
So things are going to be a little wonky for a bit, but we will get back to more focused topics soon.
Life is riding us like a nice virile stallion.
So just a little warning, I guess. A word to the wise.
Yeah, word to the wise.
Word to the wise. So yeah, today that's what you're going to expect.
Yeah.
Kagan, where were you last time? Ethan, where were you last time? We
can't remember.
We said where Ethan was. You had a birthday to go
So
to.
last time I wasn't here, I was in Tennessee getting drunk as shit and going to Renaissance festivals. But we went to the Renaissance festival. You know, I had my outfit on. It was cool and everything, but there was just too many people.
Yeah.
There was way too many people to the point where it was like annoying to walk around.
Oh.
Like as soon as we got there, I saw how many people were there, and I was already like, I want to go home because I saw like it's a cool Renaissance festival, and they had some really cool fucking swords. You ever heard of what the flamberge? It's a type of sword with like the wavy blade.
Yeah.
Oh,
They had one of those there that was made by they have booths where they sell swords made by the people at Man at Arms. Because, you know, they not only make video game and movie stuff, but they make actual, like, battle-ready weapons. And they had a flamberge there that I really wanted to get, but they were like, it's $400. And I'm like, oh, you can go fuck yourself. I ain't spending that much.
You can go fuck yourself.
Yeah, like,
Remember
I was
that
like...
guy that that was trying to... Like,
Oh, he had fucking, the Anduril, the fucking
but he
sword
was
that
charging
Aragorn
like
uses.
$4,000
He was,
for it.
yeah, you were like, you saw the sword and you're like, how much? And he said 50. And then you said, okay. And you got your wallet out. And then he said 500. He said 50.
He said
500.
He said like 50, and then he said 100 after I pulled my wallet out.
Yeah,
and
I think he wanted $5,000 for it. It's like, are you...
It was
What?
literally
And it
like-
looked like he bought it off of the internet, and then he was reselling it.
No, he probably wanted to resell it because he made the scabbard himself. So he wanted to chunk up the price. It's like, dog, that piece of shit sword and that piece of shit scabbard aren't worth $5,500.
Yeah, Kagan, a little side note, that reminds me of something you told me about recently. Kagan is interested in getting a 3D printer, and he was telling me about a guy that sells armor, 3D printed armor, and he said that he didn't sell because he charges so much.
He didn't do commissions, and I asked Ethan this because I said, "Hey, Ethan," because I didn't want to do it myself. So I said, "Ethan, will you message this guy and see if he does commissions?"
I did.
Well, and he did. And the dude responded, and he was like, "Do you do commissions?" Me and my friends, because we all want Helldiver armor, because we saw that he made 3D files for the Helldiver armor, and we were like, "Oh, that's fucking cool." Yeah. So he's like, "I don't do commissions," and then if you look on his website, he has DIY kits where it's like, he makes the armor itself and he'll sell you that, but he doesn't paint it and do all that. And I think he misunderstood what you meant when you said commission. Because I asked if he could just sell us the armor itself and then we could just do the rest ourselves.
I thought you meant like
No,
make it, sand it, paint
No,
it,
I was
ship it.
I was fully prepared to do all that. I just wanted the armor itself. And he does that and it's like $400, which it's like, dude, I'm just going to buy a 3D printer and do it myself. Like if that's the case.
Yeah.
But
I didn't mean to throw you off topic.
I don't know how to use a 3D printer, so
You'll learn.
I'm gonna figure it out.
We'll figure it out. We
But,
can look it up.
dude.
on
There's
YouTube.
so much shit I want to print off that I'm going to.
Yeah.
Like fucking Doom. I'm gonna make fucking Doom armor. I'm gonna make the Night Sentinel armor. I'm gonna make so much cool shit.
But anyways, sorry, your trip.
Oh, well, yeah. So, I mean, that was it, really. We just went to the Renaissance Fair, drank a lot, had some of the best wings I've ever had in my life at a bar. Don't even remember the bar's name because I was blasted.
I was about to say where from.
I was drunk as shit, so I don't remember. But I just said, I want wings. And they gave me wings, and I ate them with my eyes closed. I don't think my eyes were open the entire time I ate them. I was I was in nirvana with those. I was like, give me some blue cheese. I want blue cheese.
Did you drink it straight?
No.
Surprisingly.
No. I do that with Wingstop blue cheese because it's good. But
it's got to be the right kind.
I don't drink it. I more like just dip my pinky in it and fucking mouth fuck my pinky with the blue cheese on it. Just. But no.
Fuck you. You want a chicken nugget?
But change of subject. If y'all ruled a medieval court, how would you do it?
Ruled a medieval court?
Yeah, like you had like a court of people. What would you do? Because I know how I'd do it.
You're talking like if we're like a jarl or something?
Yeah,
like in
yeah.
Skyrim? Like we had our own hold?
Yes, I would have a dude with a big ass snake, and he just talks to his snake and goes, "Yes, master, yes." He just stands in the corner like a creep with the big snake, just kind of, and he goes, "Yes, we agree." And then if someone challenged me, I wouldn't release hounds on him. I'd release a swarm of falcons. I'd say, release the falcons.
I thought you were going to say if someone challenges you, you just look at him and say, snake guy determines your fate.
And he looks at the snake. He goes, yes. He says, skin him whole.
He's the true overlord.
It's like, do you
You're
make
just
decisions?
a puppet. He's the one in charge.
Call me Jarl Biden because I have no idea what the fuck's going on.
I would probably just
You have
sit in my
dementia,
throne like
bitch. I
Jarl
don't
Bargle
remember
Balgruuf.
asking.
What do you think?
What'd you
Said I'd
say?
probably just sit in my throne like Jarl Balgruuf.
Just sit with the fucking
the
hands.
hand.
I don't know if you'll excuse me. I have a city to keep.
And then motherfucker comes up, so I need to trap a dragon in your house. And he goes, huh? What? You want to do what with my house? I love that in Skyrim when you talk to the NPCs and they're asleep, then they just slowly stand up and get up and they go, huh? What you want?
I'd probably, if I were in that situation, I'd probably see how far I could get with no words. Just be like, someone has like a dire situation and they need help. I just nod and they're like,
Dude,
does
do
that mean you're going to help me? Or
do the
does
King
that
Baldwin
mean...
just the...
They're like, does that mean you're going to help me? Or does that mean I'm fucked? And you just nod again. They're like, okay.
you'd be like the puppet king from Attack on Titan in the walls.
Oh,
You're
yeah?
just sitting on your throne in silence.
Yeah.
And just turns out you're just some geriatric guy.
Yeah.
Is it dinner time? Like,
What did you say? Yeah, let's see how far I could get with that.
Yeah, I'd have a pit full of falcons.
And everything would be in question. Nothing would be, for sure. It would just everything would be like, is it or is it not?
No, they'd be like, sir, my crops are dying. Can you please donate some food to feed my family? You just go,
You just respond with a shrug.
just
now, see, I'm going to go the Ron Swanson route, and anytime someone asks me a question, I'm going to answer it with another question.
can you donate some food, please?
Can I go to the bathroom? I don't know. Can you?
What kind of food?
Like barley and wheat. I need those to grow bread. And
From where?
What does bread mean to you?
it means I
is
don't
bread?
die.
What does
dying
death mean to you?
I feel like, look, man, I just need some food. We had to eat my child last night. Like, I need some actual food, please.
They eat every
your
third
child.
baby because they think it makes plants grow bigger.
They think it makes my bread grow hard. Fuck.
Come on, I just ate my oldest. You got to help me out here. Give me something.
We had to feed the kids fucking dingo meat. Nice turn of phrase to have the kids eating the dingoes for once, but
Still, it's not desirable.
That's a salmonella reference. Just figured I'd say that.
So, first off, do you know anything about the Kendrick Lamar versus Drake situation?
I know little bits and pieces because I watch Hive Mind, but that's about
I
it.
told you whenever you asked yesterday, my brother's really into it, and he caught me up.
I think it's funny as shit because
Hang on, before you say, did you see that post I sent of Drake with the "Here comes the tickle monster"?
I don't remember.
It's the type of shit Drake would say. Or something.
It's just him, but like a horrifying version of him, like running towards the camera, like. And it's playing one of his songs called Teenage Fever.
Teenage feet. I thought that's where you were.
No,
Okay.
Teenage Fever, and it just says, "Here comes the tickle monster."
But I like that essentially the entire beef. For some reason, Kendrick Lamar absolutely despises Drake. I don't know the exact reason.
A lot of people do lately.
But essentially in Kendrick Lamar's song, he just calls Drake a pedophile, like because And Drake's response is pretty much just
Nuh-uh.
liar, liar, pants on
Yeah.
fire.
He said,
Liar,
"No."
liar, plans for hire.
No, so Kendrick, from what I heard, Kendrick basically called him what Kagan said,
A pedophile.
yeah, a pedophile, and Drake's kind of his response was just like, "No, I never did anything with," and he said like name some specific person. I think it was Millie Bobby
It was
Brown.
Millie Bobby Brown.
He's like, "I never did anything with
Yeah.
Millie Bobby Brown."
It's like,
It's just
no
like,
one-
okay, bro.
no one
one
mentioned
said
her.
Millie's name.
Didn't
No
say
one
that.
said anything.
Yeah.
But I remember there was an interview with Millie Bobby Brown talking about like Drake. She was like, "Yeah, I love Drake so much. He'll text me and we'll just talk back and forth." And I'm like, "That's really weird because he's like what 40?
He's 40?
I don't know."
You're still talking about Millie Bobby Brown, right?
Yes.
I saw a video and she was like, "He's like the nicest person ever. You wouldn't think that Drake would be nice, but he's like the sweetest guy."
And she's
ever."
like, "He's like best friend." So whenever I
Oh.
tell him something, he's just like, "Ee!" And it's like he would be the motherfucker to
Here comes
respond
the
with
tickle
"E."
monster.
Yeah,
Drake, the kind of guy that'll float to a pie.
but
I love those
no.
memes.
Kendrick has a song called "Not Like Us," which I listened to. It's a pretty good bop.
Yeah,
But,
it's pretty good.
It's literally just him.
What's it called?
Not Like Us.
Not Like Us.
It's literally just him roasting the shit out of Drake. And Drake used a song with AI voice of Tupac and someone else, and he got a cease and desist because of it. And it's like, yeah, because maybe don't do that.
Yeah.
First off, using AI. So like you're
It's cheap and just
You cheated.
like I think the use of AI for things is interesting, but I don't think it should be a way to cut corners in
Yeah.
I
terms
agree.
of like
Not to mention
Yeah.
AI of like one of the deceased like greats, like one of
Yes.
the
Robin Williams.
a
or
lot of
whatever.
people's basis for like what a great rapper is who has passed away tragically, and just kind of throwing him on your song. It's like
Yeah.
that's
As a
so
feature.
disrespectful.
AI is a good tool,
I think
It
it
can
is,
be.
but I feel
yeah.
like if I remember what one company was like
not to be abused.
one
great
company,
power.
one video game
Yeah.
company was thinking about integrating AI into their video games
It was
to help.
EA.
EA.
Naughty Dog 2.
EA
Yeah.
was talking
It
about it.
depends on how they'd implement it.
I think they were going to use it to fill in backgrounds. So like it was essentially they just wanted to use it so they had less work to do.
Yeah, instead of just modeling an entire forest, I could see AI being useful to just kind of generate a forest, or something like that.
But also, AI is good. It's getting really good,
Hopefully
scarily
it gets
good.
eyes and feet right.
But it's also like, it's also like you
hands,
can't just rely on it because AI makes mistakes. Like if you look at an
Yeah.
image long enough, you can tell it's
imperfect.
fake.
Well, see, I heard the main thing was, as you know, the writers have gone on strike again recently. I don't know if that's over yet.
Again?
Yeah, it's a big thing with writers just not getting the love and the pay that they deserve for all the work they do.
Yeah, they get paid
And
virtually nothing.
I thought the reason that everybody was so up in arms about the EA thing was because one of the things they were going to use AI for was writing, just so they wouldn't have to pay their writers better.
yeah, that was the thing I
That's
was
some
thinking
bull-
of.
That's
bullshit.
bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that should be left in a skilled person's hands. AI cannot just
Yeah.
generate it could generate an okay story, but like
Or like, just the problem with it is just like the wokeness of everything too in certain things.
Some of it is, well, I say that.
Well, like a lot of games are making like the female protagonists they're not conventionally attractive, but they're not ugly. But they also
Yeah.
just keep trying to make them look more and more like men. And I know people complained about like Aloy in the new
Aloy.
Aloy in
Yeah.
the new Forbidden Horizon game.
Forbidden West.
They're like, she looks like a man. It's like, no, she's just kind of got a rounder face. Her face just looks a little bit fatter
haven't
from what
heard
I've
that.
seen. Or like the chick in Star Wars Outlaws, the main character.
I can't
That
masturbate to this
game-
character.
That game is going to fail.
Yeah, it's like, dude, this is not what we wanted at all.
Yeah.
I want to use a lightsaber.
Star Wars fans wanted to be able to create their own character in an open world galaxy. They wanted to be able to choose their background. They wanted to be able to fly ships to and from planets, in between planets.
Star Wars Skyrim. Just make it Star Wars Skyrim.
Literally Star Wars Skyrim.
Starfield.
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 Starfield. Well, Starfield fucking sucked too. So it's
Yeah.
like
And Bethesda worked on that game for what?
like
15 years?
years. That was like Todd Howard's baby, and that baby
it
came out.
sucked.
That baby came out with fucking fetal alcohol syndrome. Like it did not come out.
I
It
love
did not come out
the
good.
video at the Game Awards when you just see Todd just sitting at his table, like fucking seething.
As
because he's
Baldur's
not
Gate
winning
3
a
was getting
single
every
award.
award, Todd's just like,
Baldur's Gate 3.
Next time,
Baldur's
don't
Gate
make
3.
Loading
Baldur's
loading screen simulator.
I will
game.
say, Starfield had a fantastic character customization, and the
Yeah.
game looks good. It's just boring as shit.
Yeah.
Like, dude, with the character customization, I was blown away. I was like, damn, this is like really in detail. But
See,
everything else is just like loading screen, loading screen, loading screen.
I remember when Starfield came out and everybody was, talking about it, and even you guys, you'd
Yeah,
play it and
we
you'd be
were-
like, this game's good. I like this game. It's fun. And then after you'd get like through the first like 20 hours of gameplay or so, and then it just plateaus and levels off, and it's just boring.
Yeah.
It's like that first 20 hours, everybody was like, oh, this game's great. Oh my God, I'm so glad that it turned out good. And then as soon as people would break the 20-hour mark on the game, like the entire internet changed, being like, okay, well,
This
done.
fucking
Yeah.
sucks.
Well, Todd made the promise of like being able to go to like 1,000 different planets, but
you can.
there's nothing on those
There's
planets.
just nothing to do.
There's nothing to do, and they just like use
And there's only like a handful of them that have life on them.
yeah. And when they do have life, it's just the
It's
same.
still-
it's just the
there's
same
nothing to do.
creatures.
Didn't
Yeah.
some people try to mod it to make it better, but they just gave up? They were like, no amount of modding can fix this game. I read that somewhere, that the same guy that did like a lot of the Skyrim mods,
Yeah.
like some of the best ones, that team tried to do that for Starfield,
And it
and they
just didn't
gave up.
work
They're
out.
like, nah, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no.
I was thinking they didn't finish the game and they were going to push it and then they were going to let the modders finish
That's
it. make it
fucking
their
lazy.
own. Exactly.
listen, there is one silver lining. They said right before Starfield came out, they put out an announcement saying, once we're done with Starfield and it's out, the next thing on the agenda is Elder Scrolls 6.
Which I'm worried for.
I'm very scared.
I'm worried,
for.
but at least now they're working on something that I give a shit about. Like,
yeah,
Do you
I'm.
think it's
I'm
going to be in the Starfield engine?
that'd be cool if it just looked like it. But if it's just loading screen after loading screen, dog, I'm going to be pissed. Which I don't think
That's
it
the
should.
Bethesda formula.
I don't think it should have that issue because with Starfield, it's space, and they're like, okay, but you can't fly to these planets.
I
Like
hate that.
they're like, there's all these planets. You can't fly to them. You got to fast travel to them, bitch.
Yeah.
Get used to it. Oh, you want to go to this planet? But it's
And
really
you
far
can't,
away.
like-
Upgrade your grav drive, pussy.
Yeah.
And it's like, but you still can't fly to the planet, bitch. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just.
I hate the part that once you land on the planet too, you can't like walk to the city
Yeah.
or anything. You
Yeah,
have
but it's
to-
like but like in Skyrim, in Fallout, where it's an open world game, but it's in a world. It's not in space. You could literally walk everywhere because there's not. You don't have to worry about loading screens. It's just when you get to location that there may be a loading screen. It's just. It was lazy, it was blunder. Todd, I fucking love to hate you.
but Todd,
I
I
think he
gotta
needs to
say,
step
I
down.
can't stay
Yes.
mad at you. Every time I see your face, I'm like, oh, Todd,
Upload
please,
Skyrim
scam
again.
me again.
Upload Skyrim
Scam
again
me
and tell me you
again.
love me.
Yeah, every time.
In that fucking leather
Todd,
jacket.
Please tell me some more sweet nothings.
In that leather jacket. Did you see that one video where he's like, he was talking about being part of the chess club? Or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's a classic.
And they were like, go back to the chess
Look
club.
who's laughing now.
And they're like, go back to the chess club. Look
Yes,
who's
I was
laughing
in
now.
the chess club.
Yes, I was in the chess club.
Yeah. Look who's
I
laughing
want to
now.
make video games.
I want to make video games. Ah, go back to the chess club. Look at
Nerd.
me now.
Nerd.
Yes, I was in the chess club. It's like, if you say that, you already lose any argument. It's like,
And he's
But it
got a
was so
family.
it's
He's
so
married.
endearing, you know? Like
Yeah.
just that video is so
he's just
endearing.
an awkward goober you fucking can't help but like.
He
Yeah.
was completely stunned that the Fallout show did good.
It was good.
Yeah,
I liked
yeah.
it.
He didn't expect it to be good. You could see in his face.
A lot of people hate it though. They're like, wah, 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 wah. It's like,
Those are the New Vegas
I was-
fanboys.
yeah, dude. I like New Vegas is good. It's not the best Fallout game. I am going to say
Gameplay,
this.
it's ass, but story wise and writing, it's pretty cool.
I love the unhinged story because Courier 6 is a fucking insane menace.
I want him to be insane in
I
season 2.
I love the dialogue options
Yeah.
as Courier 6, but the gameplay is just hot dog shit, dude.
Terrifying presence.
Yeah, but Fallout
remember-
4, I loved the gameplay of Fallout 4. The story sucked, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I remember in a recent video I saw where somebody was talking about New Vegas. He was saying like the way that the dialogue was and how characters behaved in New Vegas, he could not see that happening in a Bethesda Fallout game because it was like there are scenes where you can just be an absolute fucking maniac and like you could sell drugs to children.
Yeah.
You can fucking like you can rob a dude and he'll give you all of his caps and he'll be like, "Well, you have everything but the clothes on my back," and you can be like, "Actually, give me your clothes." Like,
No, I was forgetting something.
I want those too.
thanks for reminding me.
Your shoes.
I saw one.
them to
I don't
me.
know if it was
This
Photoshop, but it's
motherfucker
like
got them fake J's.
it was a New Vegas thing. I don't know if it was Photoshop, but it's like no one's dick is that long, not even Long Dick John. Thus the name Long Dick John. And I was like, I hope that's real because
Bastard.
Bastard. Easy Pete.
Does it have penises on its hands?
Difficult Pete. Have you seen that? It's Easy Pete, but he's photoshopped with like a
really
buff body.
buff.
And it's difficult Pete. Bastard.
Bastard.
It's like 60 of them. Bastard.
Bastard.
And then bastard.
Bastard. Look at him go.
I will say, recently I have been playing Skyrim.
I have too. You got me back into it. Now I'm just playing as a paladin. I use no magic, and everything I have has resistance to magic. So it just, nothing can hurt me.
Dude, I've been playing my same character with vanilla Skyrim on my computer for like the last 10 years. Like,
Damn.
and I'm level
had, like-
55.
That's
Like,
it?
I had a character like that in Fallout 4, but the
'Cause I
fucking
played it-
mod destroyed
See,
it.
I played it a lot, like all at once, and got my character like all the way up to almost level 50. And then from that point on, just every now and again, I'd jump back into it. So my character's like level 55, 56 now.
The latest, the farthest I got vanilla was I got my character level 80. Because I did a lot of shit. I would, when I first, that was when Jake first told me about Skyrim, and I discovered it, and I played it nonstop. And then I fucking was eating ramen noodles, and I spilled the ramen noodles on my controller. Excuse me, and my controller, and my controller started bugging out, so it made my character spin and then look up at the sky, and I thought my game was bugged. So brace yourselves for this.
No.
This is what heartbreak feels like. I deleted all my saves thinking that would solve the problem, and then I killed myself thinking it would work.
No.
And then I started a new game, and I realized it was just my controller, not the saves itself. And that was the closest I'd come to actually crying over
Dude.
something.
I've told you, I had an Xbox 360 once upon a time that I had played on a lot. And I had like so much save data, super high gamer score, like fucking high levels on like every fucking game I had for it. And we had this cat, this fucking dick of a male cat.
Oh, I know
who
this story.
sprayed into the vent. Because, you know, male cats, if you don't get them neutered.
I think you've talked about this.
Neutered. If you don't get them neutered, they spray. They do that thing where they fucking spray on shit.
Yeah.
And he sprayed directly into the vent on top of my Xbox 360 and just cooked it.
Your Xbox said, "Blah!"
Dude,
What the fuck am I supposed to do with this shit?
he was an outside cat from that point on. Like, I literally grabbed him and fucking opened the front door and fucking yeeted his ass out the front door.
I would have.
Go on, get! Yeah, give him the boot.
From that moment on, he was an outside cat, which I felt bad not too long later because, you know, in the moment I get mad, but then I, you know, start to feel bad.
You do things
Yeah.
you regret, and then you're like, oh, I
But unfortunately, before I could allow him back inside, he was hit by a car and killed.
Oh man.
Yay! Fuck.
Happy ending. Just kidding.
I was sad because it was like, oh, this is my fault. I threw him out of
You
the
get
house.
what you fucking deserve.
But at the same time, karma.
You guys
Karma.
talking about Skyrim, like getting back into Skyrim, made me think of Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Ethan and Kagan, ever since they talked about it, been playing it a lot. Like
know-
17 hours in, it's good.
Oh hell yeah!
I like it.
How far in are you?
I've
story
been
wise?
doing random shit, downloaded a couple of mods. Right now, I just killed Kellogg.
Do you
Did you
have
blow him up with
the-
a fat man? That's the only correct way to kill him.
No.
Yeah. Do you have the dialogue interface?
Huh?
The
No,
dialogue
no,
interface?
I guess not.
You need to download it because it will literally type out every word, so you're not guessing what you're about to say.
Oh, okay.
You know
I mean,
something,
because you
Jake?
could have like a sarcastic option, and
Yeah.
it could be the most visceral shit you'll ever say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a pizza delivery, 2 calzones for the name Fuck You.
No, I'm Jangles, the moon monkey.
I love that
That's
one.
just what a synth would say.
There's one in the Far Harbor DLC where you fight the Red Death. Who's that Red Mirelurk?
Yes.
And it's
We
like
could always
this big.
call
He's
in the
He's like, do you
Marines."
think we need to call in the Marines? as you can hear him just not trying to laugh. He's like, you think we can handle it? We can always call in the Marines. And she just goes, ha ha. I still think, no, I'm Jangles, the moon monkey. That's my favorite. That's my favorite one.
There's a lot of sarcastic dialogue options that
Or
Nate has.
in the beginning of the game when you do sarcastic, he's like, oh, I can't wait for the end of the world. And the Vault-Tec guy goes, ha ha, that's the spirit. No, I just need you to sign some paperwork here.
You know something, boys? I hope this interaction doesn't cause any kind of fallout between us.
Fallout New Vegas.
I'm pretty sure that's how we opened the last episode.
I'm just going to keep doing it.
Anytime Fallout's brought up, just bring that up.
Fallout New Vegas.
I think we should pivot away from video games. 'Cause
Me
I don't
too.
want
I was
this
just
to be
thinking
an
about that.
entire video game episode.
I didn't want to say anything because I knew you guys were having a good time with it. But
Me, Jake,
move
and
on.
Ethan went and saw the new Monkey movie,
Kingdom of the Planet of the
Apes. That movie
Yeah.
kicked ass. It was very good.
Haven't
like
seen
it
a
a lot.
single one.
That's
Why you weren't invited?
I haven't either. I haven't either, and I saw this one, and I was like, eater.
I
had
watched
Eater.
all of them. With
Yeah.
my
Kagan watched
dad.
the Spark Notes or read the Spark Notes.
Even some of the originals.
Yeah, basically man gets sick with virus, doesn't say anything, kills all of humanity.
So hear me out.
The simian flu.
Yeah.
Hear me out, okay? Monkey. Let me get closer to the mic. Monkey named Caesar. Fallout New Vegas reference?
No, but the movie was really good. It was like 2.5 hours long.
It's like-
it was good.
Yeah.
It was good. I enjoyed it.
was-
This one takes place like 300 years after War of the Planet of the Apes, which is
It doesn't. It just says it just says decades later,
I
or
think
like
it said that's in the
It's a
synopsis.
gen- generations
three
later.
generations after.
Yeah, so 300 years.
yeah.
Less.
Or less, yeah. They it takes place after it's like they're setting up a new trilogy.
Yep.
After the first trilogy, which is Rise, Dawn, and War. And this one doesn't have any of the monkeys that we know and love. We're
No.
introduced to new characters like
I mean, there's
Noah.
there's references to him. but
Yeah,
that's
Caesar's
really
in the
about it.
beginning. I mean, he's getting burned alive.
They
in the
put him on that
beginning.
burning pile and
Yeah.
fucking
And they keep the pile burning too,
Yeah,
which is I thought was pretty cool.
yeah.
I enjoyed it though, and every one of these movies they have to have human characters because it's just part of it.
They should leave out the humans.
And
I
this
think
one, there was
monkey.
just one main human character,
Yeah.
May. Well, there's another guy, but you know
He's
he
not
wasn't-
important.
He
We
wasn't.
don't
He
talk
wasn't
about
very important.
Yeah.
But it was good.
And the bad guy, Proximus Caesar, wasn't. I didn't really even see him as a villain.
no,
Like he just wanted to see what was inside the vault. He was like, "What's inside the vault? I want to find
yeah,
out."
that was his whole motivation.
Damn, it's literally Fallout.
That was his motivation. He just wanted to get into a vault with like tanks, guns, ammunition,
It's literally Fallout. Like it's
human
just-
technology.
He
Yeah.
literally he sets up in this giant freight liner, this ocean liner,
huge boat. Yeah.
Yeah, by like this giant government bunker where people went when the ship started going down, and it's closed. And he's literally just trying to open it. That's his entire motivation. Is he just wants to open it. He's just like, I want what's inside there.
I'm gonna take the
What's in
side
the
of the
box?
humans. That vault was stocked with weapons of war and probably other locations with nuclear silos.
Yeah, but it's like they didn't really have any enemies besides just apes, other tribes.
Yeah.
Now, can monkeys read?
I think they sort of can.
Raka could read.
Raka could read, yeah,
yeah,
but the
he
other
was an
ones were just
orangutan.
kind of like, they were just kind of like, eh.
Yeah, Noah couldn't read, could he?
Because
No,
Yeah.
I think
guarantee
Raka
you-
taught him.
Yeah.
I want to know what happened to the humans that had.
They got captured, or
No,
what-
the
what-
ones that were
By the
in
river?
vault, but they weren't there.
They
when the vault
probably
was open.
either
went to
died or
space
escaped,
or something. I don't know.
or they probably went to space, like they're setting up. But
I think that's where they're going.
Yeah.
The apes ripped off their noses and genitalia.
Sorry, I was distracted by that thing on your face.
I couldn't focus with a thing on your face. God,
So you guys don't have a fucking flat screen?
I gotta watch that show.
It's so
Smiling
good.
Friends is so fucking good,
Yeah.
dude. It's brain rot comedy, but it works.
I cannot wait to see my sweet shriek painter again.
And the episodes are super short. Too.
They're
Each
like
one's like
12
11 minutes.
Yeah.
And
Whoa,
super
dude,
good.
is that blackface?
Oh, I'm a literal
forest
demon. Yeah.
I'm a literal demon from the forest. Don't you ever show blackface as they rip him apart and burn him.
Literally eat him.
The boss is
alive.
like,
Good. He said, "Good job, Pim. You saved Halloween."
and then he takes a bite out of the fucking demon. I love that.
Relax,
They're
man.
all
I was just gonna
standing there
shoot you in
in
the
the head
face
and
and kill you. There's
Didn't
an
he piss himself scared?
Yeah, he's just like because the frowning friends take over as like the better business,
Yeah.
and they fucking are basically just like nothing matters anymore because we're all gonna die. And then the boss goes in and goes, "Hey!" and points a gun at him, and he goes, "No, please don't shoot me." He's like, "Relax, man. I was just gonna shoot you in the face and kill you." Like,
like fucking Jack Horner from the Puss in Boots movie. You wouldn't shoot a puppy, would you, Jack?
Yeah,
in the
I
face.
would.
Why?
I love that movie, dude.
you know, growing up, I didn't have much. Just a mansion, loving parents, and a thriving
Thriving
pie enterprise.
Enterprise to inherit.
dude,
Yeah.
in Smiling Friends, I love Alan.
You're horrible.
I love him.
What took you so long, idiot?
And the newest episode, Kagan, it's an Alan episode, right? And
Yeah.
he's just trying to find paper clips for the boss. I fucking love that episode, dude.
Did you send me a clip of that?
I don't think I sent you a clip of that one. I sent you a clip of the first episode where Alan is trying to get his cheese back from the mouse. I got you, you
yeah.
dang mouse.
The guy in the wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Covering the
He's like,
computer
yeah, man.
screen.
He's like, yeah, man.
You know, you
what-
should really knock next time.
I'm
I don't
spraying
think
him
you're
with.
supposed to be within our walls.
Yeah,
though.
yeah. You do a good Alan voice, dude.
I don't think you're
He's like,
supposed to.
I'm spraying him with dirty brown water. It's like, I hate this red thing. I spit on you. And then he sprays him again.
The way y'all are talking just makes me think of the "you're a social parasite, Dwight."
Social parasite, Dwight.
That's pretty funny.
No, don't touch me.
So, y'all know about the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson and how Jake Paul thinks he's going to beat him, but Mike Tyson's probably just going to rip his ear off and beat him to a pulp.
Who's Mike
He's got to
Tyson?
complete the set, man. What?
What?
Did you
Kidding.
just say? Okay, okay.
Kidding. You all go.
It's like
Fucking what?
Wait, hold on. A second.
I know Jake
I'm
Paul,
Mike
but who's Mike
Tyson.
Tyson?
Kagan just
Kagan just said
he
he's gonna.
locked on.
Kagan just said he's gonna get his ear. He
gonna
needs to
rip his ear
complete
off.
the set, man.
Yeah, he's going to rip his other ear off. No, but I think they had
Actually,
like a sparring match, and Mike Tyson knocked him out in the first round.
Hell yeah.
Actually, Mike Tyson doesn't have a set anymore. He gave Evander's ear back to him.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, wasn't
power
it
move.
wasn't it a Christmas gift or something? It was a video.
It was
I've
a
seen it.
meme of them
Okay,
making
okay.
up. He like shows up at his
Yeah,
house
yeah.
and he's like, "I'm sorry, Evander," and he gives him this little gift box.
It's a
What's
box,
this?
yeah.
It's your ear. I kept it in formaldehyde for you.
your ear. Yeah, it's your ear.
And he opens it. My ear. And then they just hug.
So I
My
like,
ear.
before each match, they have like the weigh-ins where like they're both standing there and the dudes announcing like everything. Jake Paul's over there flexing. He does the whole like,
Yeah.
and Mike Tyson's just kind of staring off into the void like,
God chose me for this.
God's blessing.
That
God's
remi-
teachings
that reminds
are
me-
beautiful.
That reminds me. Are you talking
The
about
Lord.
the Key and Peele video?
I will
Yeah.
torture. I will torture his soul. I will torture his body so that his
Jake's
soul learns to become
said,
humble.
"What?"
He said, "What?"
Is this motherfucker for real?
God chosen.
The Lord chose me to remove
Just
this
says
man.
it. He just says it with a straight face, staring at the camera. He's like,
I've been chosen
I will-
to remove this man
I
from
will
this
torture
plane of
his body
existence.
so that his soul will learn to become humble. He goes, wait, what did he say? It's like, is this motherfucker for real? Did y'all get like an actual crazy person? What do you mean you can't find him?
I love that.
Y'all got anything else to talk about, boys?
No, let's end it here.
No, I don't want to do that. We haven't been recording long enough.
I had a lot of things to talk about.
So did I, and now I'm
Nothing
just
that you guys
spacing
would
on
care
them.
about, though.
No, let's hear it. Let's
No.
hear it. We can,
I'll withhold it.
motherfucker.
Adam, what'd
Just
you have?
we can
trying to think, too.
throw input in on it.
The
y'all
girl I was talking to on Hinge unmatched me.
Hey, hey. As a friend said, they're all NPCs. They're not yet a main character in your story. Okay, move on to the next.
So y'all part of the straight or the curved gang?
It
Are you ta-
depends.
um,
Depends on.
what do you mean?
What's the
With your cock.
Is your cock banana? or is it penciling?
pain bend?
I'm left gang for real.
Left curve gang.
No, right now I'm kind of doing
if
it.
your
I'm
pain
kind of
leans, you're an op.
no.
It's
It's
kind of like a. It's
I
like,
got
kinda like
ops
a,
here.
It's kind of like a dowser.
Man, if you don't fuck with Diamond City Radio, consider yourself an op.
Fuck Travis. Dude.
No, my shit kind of sits in the the seam in your pants
Yeah.
where it connects. It just kind of the pee hole just kind of rides that seam.
Oh.
It just sits right in the middle.
Your slit? What?
Yeah,
Please
My slit just-
consider the following:
Your
piece
gash?
of paper over the
Your-
hole.
Hey, everyone has one.
Yeah.
my cock gash. Yeah,
No, I'm left curve gang all the way.
It does lean to the left.
See, I feel like it does for most people because I feel like most dudes, it just kind of naturally, they just kind of tuck it to a side, and the
Yeah.
left is usually the one that they just kind of goes in that direction,
I don't do that.
Why not?
or up into the waistband. You know,
Oh, I do have something to talk about.
is it about your penis?
Yeah, it actually is. I was telling Ethan about this yesterday. You'll know in a second. You'll
Yeah,
know in a second. It'll make sense.
He was,
Wait
huh?
for the context, okay?
Me and Ethan were comparing in the bathroom yesterday.
Listen,
man, yours is shorter than mine. What the fuck?
Ethan. Okay, can I tell the story? Do you remember? It's about scrub bottoms. I was telling you about my scrub pants.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I got
Oh, I
a
think
new
I know
job.
where
I
this is
start
going.
next week, and for the job, I need scrubs. I found scrub tops, at Walmart or Target, easy to find.
Yeah.
But scrub bottoms, I'm such a petite, tiny boy man that every single pair of pants that isn't like catered to my waist or anything like at fucking Kohl's or whatever, they'll go like over my foot and under my shoe. It doesn't matter if it's like a medium or a small. But the issue was the mediums would be fine enough, but like I just said, the bottoms of the pants would be a bit too long, so they go underneath my shoe.
I hate
the
when that
smalls
happens.
would fit perfectly, but they're really tight up against my bulge, and I had a huge one, and I was like, this can't fly in the workplace, dog.
It's
and then
not professional.
Ethan was like, I don't have that issue, and I said, what issue? And he said the bulge, and he was like, well, I don't even mean that. It's just the pants were tight, and he was like, either way, I don't have that problem. I was like,
So I say, Jake, you fucking okay. So first off, I just got to get this out of the way. Weird flex.
Yeah.
I
I wasn't even trying to flex,
Jake's
man.
over
I
here
was just
flexing his magnificent cock while Ethan's got penis envy.
I felt
Like,
so
that's
bad.
not an issue for me.
Kagan, at our first job, I had the same issue, and I
Oh,
wasn't
yeah,
even the
you
one
were
that
called
pointed-
elephant cock, yeah.
Jeez. Jesus.
EC.
Yeah,
Listen,
EC.
Dude, I wasn't even the one. Okay, so I wasn't even the one that pointed it out. I think it was either like a parent or a coworker was like, "Why is he wearing those pants? They're a little too revealing." And I didn't even know at the time. I was just trying to wear fucking something comfortable, you know. And I wasn't even paying attention to it. But as soon as it was pointed out, I was very self-conscious.
That's all you know.
I was trying to like pull my shirt down, so it wouldn't show. It was embarrassing, and I just wanted to rant about fucking pants prices for a second, dude.
Pants are fucking expensive.
Circling back to pants, I had to go all the way to buy 2 pairs of pants for
well,
$78.
now the listeners know that we're
Jake, I'm pretty sure
they give to deal with.
I'm pretty sure there's a store that has scrubs. It's just a scrub
Now they know
store.
which city we're in.
Jake, just bleep it out. Just bleep it out. It's not hard. Just bleep it out. We'll be fine.
Fuck you.
Why?
Moving on.
What do I
let,
do?
let me get to my second point. Let me get to my second point.
OPSEC, Kagan. OPSEC.
Let me get to my second point. First off, Jake, weird flex. I've already said it.
Yeah.
Second off, solution to your problem: just tuck.
That doesn't work.
Just tuck your shit down between your legs.
Like Buffalo
Get
Bill?
some like tape and just tape that shit down. Looks like you have a vagina. You'll fit right in.
Wow. Fit right in.
Either that or just like get the mediums and just fucking roll the bottoms of the pants up a
Move
little
your
bit.
nads over and then tuck it underneath and then move the nads back.
Hey, eyes up here, buddy.
There you go.
I mean, you can just get neutered.
Good. That's an option.
The city will do it for $10.
Listen, testicles sell for a lot of money on the fucking black market.
Dude, they sell for so much money.
And Obama was there.
Yeah.
I'm surprised none of you said that while I was telling my story.
Obama was there being like,
No, Jake, I'm sure you got.
Jake,
I'm sure you got a rap.
those are the ones.
Here's
Jake, I like those.
The
scrubs.
Medal of Honor.
Can we
Here's the Medal of Honor for
can
your
we get
scrubs.
away from
I'm going to
my
go drone
cock
strike
and
a wedding.
balls, please?
No. Oh, and let me paint a nice image for the viewer. As Jake said earlier, he's got kind of a small frame, so he's a nice little twink boy.
I wouldn't say that.
He's also got a
no.
humongous penis, like a massive, biggest one I've ever seen in my
Why
life.
can't I be happy? I'm incredibly average.
I'm incredibly average. I'm not.
What do you
I'm
mean in
5'8",
cock size? You're a
bro.
fucking giant. Like,
Damn, your dick's
No.
5'8".
No.
Ethan,
Sorry, boss.
you're 6'3". You must have a cock to proportion. You must have a 7-incher, dude.
I really don't.
You don't have a 7-incher,
No.
man. For
It's
someone your height,
just barely average.
but
Which is
what-
5.5.
Ooh, I'm
So-
rocking a 6.5, boy.
Fuck you.
I haven't measured in a while. It's
I
hard to
have.
with the curve, man. You got to kind of like get it up against the ruler and like press it against the ruler to get it straight.
Tape it to the side of it.
In school, did you guys ever have any?
Not that I have a ruler. No, not that I actually take the
Did
time
anybody
to do
ever
that.
tell you? Did anybody ever tell you that like to measure your penis size, you'd have to put your thumbs together like this, and then your index fingers up, and that's how long it is?
No.
I
have
had a
heard
guy
that.
tell me that in school, and that's been my religion. That's what I've
That's
gone
been
back
your
to.
religion?
That's what I've gone back to. I'm like, yeah, we're doing well.
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
See,
You're
Ethan,
all right, kid.
If this is a, if this is a,
it's not accurate.
yeah, I was about to say, if
not
this is a
accurate.
good, if this is a good like way to measure then you should
Ethan's
be
got
fine,
a fucking
Ethan.
trunk
Yeah.
on him.
I do not. I do not.
If it's that size, you got a fucking cannon on you.
Beer can. no,
cannon.
no, that's short and
You
stubby.
got a fucking Red Bull can.
Monster
got the
condom
big
for my
iron.
Magnum dong.
Big
iron.
He's got the big iron between his hips.
All right, moving along, moving away from penises.
But I like penis.
Okay.
If you don't like penis, consider yourself an op.
We can stay here if you want, man. I don't fucking care.
So I'm gonna pivot to. I'm going on vacation to San Diego. Yeah, that one. The one that's in California.
Go Diego, go.
And we're gonna go to L.A. And my dad was like, "We'll go to Hollywood Boulevard to meet all the freaks." That's what he said. He said, "We'll go to Hollywood Boulevard and meet all the freaks." My dad and I was like, "Wait, do you think we can meet a celebrity? That'd be so fucking cool. If I met like Willem Dafoe, I would cream, dude. I would be so
He'd
happy.
be dripped up and
He'd be dripped to the fucking socks. It's drip a drown, Spider-Man."
Godspeed, Spider-Man.
Yeah, dude, it would be fantastic. Or even if I just met like Kanye West and listened to his ramblings about Nazi propaganda and fucking religion.
Good morning, Kanye. Shut the fuck up.
Hey, good morning, Kanye.
I swear, he's
Speak
got
when spoken
autism.
to.
What?
I said speak when spoken
Did
to.
he say that?
I don't know.
Sounds like something he'd say.
Like, hey, Kanye, you look so great today. Speak when spoken to.
Did you hear that? Dude, he says.
Wasn't he in like a limo with somebody? I think it was Seth Rogen, and Kanye rapped his entire album to Seth Rogen in the back of a limo. Have you guys read that?
No.
like
I
something we
swear,
do.
he's on the autism spectrum.
Did you hear about him saying that all life has value? Even Hitler had value to him, and it's like
He was an artist.
he was like
I'm
he
bleeping that.
he was like he invented the microphone. Without a microphone, I couldn't do what I do. It's like
Even Austria's most famous painter got the honor.
it's like they invented the Autobahn, but like you know.
They also did some crazy other things.
They also smoked some gas in the chamber. Like, you know what I mean?
Ain't no, ain't no secrets in this chamber, just some deathly hollows.
Oh, yeah.
Ethan, you got anything that you want to talk about?
Not really, no.
That is so interesting.
Oh,
Tell me
so
more about that.
I got something.
Okay, so I gotta say, kind of on a side tangent,
Go ahead.
based on what just happened, that interaction, I have people who have listened to the podcast recently, like a friend, and then somebody that I deliver to on my route.
Yeah.
And you know, after they listen to it, I always ask for some kind of valid criticism, what they think could change or stuff like that. And I've gotten 2 answers on 2 separate occasions from 2 different people who don't know each other. I wish Ethan would fucking talk more.
I'm not a talkative person.
You do, and it's something you like.
Yeah, I have to be fixated on it.
Let the autism kick in and get fixated on
I
this
can't
goddamn
control
podcast.
It just happens.
One of them is a manager of a store that I deliver to in another town that's like a few hours away.
Yeah.
And then another one is a guy that Ethan actually knows. So
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
Well, have Ethan and
Let me
Kagan,
see
have you
if I
guys
can tap into my inner autism.
have you guys had any criticisms from anybody you know?
No, my dad gives me recommended stuff to talk about, but it's like, I'm not going to talk about that shit.
Ethan, what about you?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. I do have so Jake, you know my mom is prone to not have her phone anywhere, anytime at all.
Yeah.
So Jeff, my mom's friend, I'm just gonna say his name. Fuck it. He texted me. He's like, "Hey, your mom's coming to get the house key to her house," and I'm like, "I don't fucking have it." He's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "She asked for it last time, and I gave it to her." And she's like, "Well, she locked herself out," and it's like, "Well, of course she did.
Uh-oh.
She locked herself out of her car. How the fuck do you do that?"
you should have called me up. I can pick locks.
Yeah, but it's like. She doesn't have her phone or her house key on her. It's like, well, I guess she's just a missing person now.
Yeah.
Like,
She
missing,
doesn't exist.
yeah, she's just
Missing 411.
Yeah, it's like, because I don't think she knows I'm over here. She just assumes that we record at my apartment, but we've moved locations.
Yeah.
So she's gonna be like, "Where the fuck is he?"
Oh, is that going on now? Oh.
Yeah, because
That's why you've looked distressed.
Jeff was like, she's tired, she's mad, and she's hangry, and it's like, oh god, then I have a
Better steer clear.
ain't happy.
I'm gonna go over there. It's like she's gonna rip my face off.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen this? This reminded me of that because someone said "Mama Bear." Jake, did you say "Mama Bear"?
That was Ethan did.
Ethan.
That's me.
Oh, you said something.
Okay. another thing. Whenever my parents started listening to the podcast, they thought that Ethan and I sounded the same.
I was gonna say the same thing.
I don't think so. Anyways, Kagan, go ahead.
Have you seen that argument about it's what women have been saying? Like, if I was in the woods and I had to choose between a bear and a man, I'd choose the bear.
I hate that.
It's like
It's
I
the
saw an
dumbest
animation
thing
of what the
ever.
bear would do to the woman.
yeah, eat them, rip them apart.
Yeah.
It's the fucking scene from
They're like,
what's
well,
the
at
movie
least-
called The Revenant. Whenever the bear
It's
is
like a
attacking
movie, man.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Their answer is, well, at
Great
least
movie.
a bear
Haven't
won't
seen
rape
it.
me. It's like, no, but
But
the bear
it'll
will
eat you alive.
The bear will rip you apart. It will rip out your spine.
Most of the time, if the bear, it won't even be hungry, and it'll just fucking rip you to pieces, but just enough where you're still alive, and it'll take you near like a tree or something, and just kind of cover you with some leaves so it can come back and eat you later.
That's what they do. They just fucking maul you to the point of
Near death.
Yeah.
near death, and they just kind of
And then they'll just kind of like put you in the pantry.
they'll just put some tinfoil on you and put you in the fridge. And be like,
Just
"I'll come back
leave
for
you
later."
open like Ethan
And you'll
leaves
just be-
open bags of fucking chips in his pantry.
Fuck you.
You left an
They're
open
not
bag of
old.
Lay's in
Like
your
the bear,
pantry.
I think the bear would have a decency to put a fucking clip on it.
At least own one.
He would at least roll the bag up.
Yeah, man.
Do you think we
Y'all
can
aren't
save her?
invited anymore. Go find somewhere else to record.
Do you think we could save her, like in Tupperware containers? Because maybe.
Because maybe. They're salvageable, right? There's enough meat on the bones.
So, Jake, what was that one game you sent us the video to? What was it called?
Let me pull it up. But the game
Jamie,
that
pull that up.
Kagan is referencing is kind of like what is it? I
Bennett
forgot the name.
Foddy's getting over it. Is that
No,
what
it's
called?
Only Up.
only
Only
up.
Up.
So it's kind of like that, but it's 3 to 4 players, I think.
And you're all chained
You're
together.
all chained together, and you're trying to get out of hell. It is called. Oh, fuck! I can't find
Dante's
it.
Inferno.
Riff off of something. Well,
I don't know.
Oh,
but
what I was going to say earlier when you said people were saying that you and Ethan sound alike,
Yeah.
I was just going to go, yeah, you know, all white people sound the same to me.
Let's see what.
But essentially, yeah, you're just escaping from hell, but you're all chained together.
Yeah.
And it's like, ooh,
It looks fun.
it looks fun, but ooh, I feel like I am going to get very angry very quickly because why the fuck would you do that? Because I already despise platforming in any game. I think it's one of the worst mechanics any game can have.
You suck.
I'm willing to try it, but
it's called Chained Together.
oh,
What
that's
an
lame.
original name.
That's fucking lame.
There's
didn't
so
make
many cooler names that they could have used.
Oh, like what?
I don't know, Dante's Inferno.
I don't think you can do that.
that's the
Who's going to have the
copyright.
copyright? It was written in like 1400.
The Catholic Church.
Yeah, the Pope is like, hey.
You
You
can't
can't do
do
that.
that.
They keep tabs.
He's
okay?
gonna send you a fucking cease and desist. Be like, hey, knock it off.
Do you remember whenever all that bullshit with the raiding Area 51 was happening?
Yes.
And the Europeans were jealous that they didn't have anything to raid, so they started doing Raid the Vatican Archives.
Get fucking cleaved into by a halberd. They go to try and fucking guards just spear him in the neck.
It's like worms. They just start throwing holy hand grenades. Like,
Or fucking the Pope comes out and starts chanting some ancient dialect and people just burst into golden flames.
Hosanna me.
As they just
combust.
May these sinners burn in the Lord's light. The fucking awkward silence. I love it. I love it so much.
There are things that we want to talk about, but there are other things
I can't think of anything.
that I
Oh!
don't know where I'm going.
I was telling Jake this yesterday. There's a game called Generation Zero. I think y'all should.
I've
look
played
into
it.
I've heard of it.
Do you enjoy it?
The survival game where you shoot and kill robots.
Yes.
Yes, I've played it. It's all right. When I played it first came out, so there wasn't a whole lot to do.
There's a lot more to do, and it's a lot more fun with friends.
In the customization, well, I played it with friends and I enjoyed it, but the only weapon I could find was a hunting rifle with bird shot. The only thing I had.
you got to go further up into the map to get the good stuff.
Well, I had better guns, but the fucking rifle with bird shot was all I would have for the while. So I'd shoot a robot and they just do the cinder block turn and just look at me.
I
love
just
the
want to
noises
point
they
out
make.
I love how Kagan was like, we gotta steer away from video games, and then we just circle back to video.
Hey, it's a good thing to talk about because you can just yap about.
So
video
there's a
games
wealth
forever.
of
Yeah.
topics there, man.
I was gonna say, like you guys have been saying, I do want to have like a nice 4-player survival type game, like Sons of the Forest or Raft or something like that.
We
where
need to play
together.
Sons of the Forest.
do.
It's so fun.
It is.
You're
fun.
right. We do need to.
But what else?
widen
Do you
our
want to know
library.
like one of those survival games that I like, but also fucking hate at the same time?
What?
7 Days to Die.
I tried playing that one. I
I
didn't
don't
like
think
it.
I've never.
It's
didn't either.
rough, man. It's been an alpha for like a decade, and the game is so poorly optimized. But for some reason, I just have so much fun with it, even though it's such dog shit.
That reminds me of Ark. Ark, I think. What pissed me off about Ark was it was still in game preview, and then they just kept releasing DLC after DLC while still in game preview, and
It wasn't fixed. It wasn't.
they would
finished.
never fix any of the bugs or issues. They would just be like, "Hey, fix these," and they're like, "Hey, look, here's a new DLC where you play in the desert."
You know what
instead of
that
the
sounds
forest."
like? Tarkov.
Tarkov.
Tarkov's still in beta, and then they try and release a $250 DLC.
Yeah, they're fucking. They aren't going back on the price. So like, we're gonna fix because they literally had pay to win content, as in like priority servers.
Yeah.
So if you paid money, you would have
Wasn't it like $240 something?
250. 250 clams to play a fucking DLC. And if you had the EOD edition, which is like a DLC that was already
$150 or something
$150, yeah. Then they promised you would get all future DLC for free, which that's some
$400 fucking dollars.
that's
right there.
that's a pretty good deal. Look, you get this, and for all future DLC you get it for free, but not this new one. You don't get this new one for free. You still had to pay $250, and then people were in an uproar about that, and they're like, okay, well, if you have EOD, you still have to pay $100. And then people were still like, no, because this is a fucking DLC.
Yeah.
It is.
And they're like, no, it's not a DLC. It's like anything that comes after the base game is a DLC.
Yeah.
For the most, they talk about it as like, is it some kind of new spin on the game, as if it's like a new
It's
game.
just PvP.
We're
altogether.
still talking about video games.
Shut up. As if it's like a new game altogether. But the thing is, you have to have the base game in order to get this new feature that they're talking about, as if it's a whole new game. So
And it's
it is a
literally
DLC. It's just a continuation, more content for the game you already have. That's a DLC. And for the most part, gaming has pivoted away from paid DLC. Most of the time, if DLC comes out, it's free. That's just how it is. And then they'll charge for other stuff. But for some reason, like it was mainly to get away from the whole separation that would come with paid DLC, because you'd have people who could buy it and people who couldn't, and it would divide the player base into like the haves and the have-nots.
Yeah.
It's like Destiny. If you don't, you can own the base game, but if you own the base game, shut the fuck up. I'm talking.
You don't have the fucking talking stick.
When you
Hang on,
when you
I
play the
got
base game of Destiny, there's nothing to do. You have to buy all the DLCs in order to actually play the game,
That's ridiculous.
and it's bullshit.
Jingle, jingle.
Jingle, jingle.
My
Jingle keys, jingle,
silly
jingle.
goose chain broke off.
That sucks.
I don't know how. It's over there.
No, I can fix that.
Thank you. I would appreciate that.
Mine breaks off all the time. The C rings come undone, so I have to. I just put it in my mouth and bite on the clamp, and it just closes it back together. What? Jay?
You're gonna have to do that.
That hurts
'cause
my teeth just to think
yeah, I
about.
hurts
fucked
my
up my
teeth.
teeth chewing metal. I chew on. Yeah.
When I was younger, I'd
that's
bite-
another topic.
If you looked at my teeth, I have little chips in my teeth because when I was
Yeah.
younger. I would bite suckers. I wouldn't suck on them. I just.
I
I mean, you,
I-
you
I-
ate rocks and licked TV screens, so
Yeah, that is true. I didn't eat rocks.
I
I
also
shoved them up
licked
my
TV
nose and my
screens.
ears.
it's what's
Yeah.
the difference?
I licked TV screens, yes, but I shoved rocks in my nose and ears, but not in my mouth.
Listen,
so I was
I
smart
licked-
enough not to swallow them.
I licked TV screens too, but not like
I
flat
didn't do
screens.
any
You
of
did
these
it to those old CRT TVs because they had that like
You
layer of
didn't live.
static on
That's
the surface.
that's why I did it
Yeah.
because anytime I turn off my box TV, I just go, and I just feel the static on my tongue and be like, ooh,
Yeah, I did that
it's
too.
in,
I
it's
did
in
that
little
too.
Yeah,
shots
as
in
a
my
kid-
brain.
brain
E-
cells.
Even now, I fidget and I have to have like gum in my mouth 24/7 because I can't sit still.
Yeah.
So I would chew on random things like plastic, and at the time I didn't know it was metal. It was one of the twisty ties. I didn't realize it was
Oh,
like a
fuck!
thin.
I hate those.
Yeah,
Like a thin wire.
Yeah, it was a thin wire. Didn't know it at the time. I chewed off the plastic coating on the outside, and it chipped my tooth.
Oh God.
And I had to deal with that. I'm like, yeah,
It's like
not
nails
doing that
on a
again.
blackboard.
You know
That-
something,
well,
Jake?
It wasn't like
No,
that.
but like it's what I imagined it would feel like if my.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Have
hit
you
the
ever?
wire.
Okay, so the worst feeling ever. Have you ever bitten down on a piece of aluminum foil?
Yes.
No.
It like connects and short circuits the nerves in your teeth, and it's just like shoots pain into both
Hard
sides
reset.
of your skull.
Dude,
Like,
when I
it's,
was-
it's literally your factory
You
reset.
know those
button.
those thin metal rulers?
Yeah.
I used to chew on those,
Oh,
and, and every time I would have like reset my brain because I'd feel I'd feel it go through both sides of my teeth, and I go and then I just pause for a
telling
second, then I go back to doing it, and then I do it again, and be like
Okay, and just rip off a piece of aluminum foil and fold it 2 or 3 times, and then just put it between your teeth and bite down real hard.
That is the worst thing ever, dude.
Just take a screenshot. Just go. They get in paralysis and scar me. Just
Take a screenshot.
I just love that you just kept doing it. You didn't learn. I learned after I
well,
chipped
it
my
was
tooth, man.
for me. It wasn't. It was. I learned, but it was also like there was an itch in my brain. It was like, do it again.
So the voice is one.
It's the skull whispering into your ear.
It's
My
like,
lord.
Do it again.
Do it again.
It's like how you test a 9-volt battery to see if it has charge.
You
know,
bite it?
You take the you take the end that has both of the contacts and you touch them to your tongue, and you'll feel the little zap, and that tells you.
Oh, I
that-
just thought you
bite
bite
it
it with
and
your
it bursts.
bursts. Yeah, just
That's like akin to. Have you ever had like a glow stick and bitten into it?
No.
I don't know why I
No.
did it, but
I've
I got
never
some of the
done
shit in
that.
my mouth. That is awful.
We had
It
a
was
cat.
vile.
We had a cat do it one time.
I didn't know how it
Isn't
got
that
in my
stuff
mouth. man.
toxic?
yes,
Yes,
very.
Yes, one of our cats chewed through a glowed stick one time, and as soon as it busted, the cat immediately was just.
That's how I was, man.
I'm dying.
Yeah, I'm dying.
Start
is
taking
it.
poison damage.
Fight for your life.
That's a running joke. That's been in like at least
Every
6 episodes.
episode.
Not every single one, but at least like 6 or 7.
What?
Listen, it's
The
fun.
The poison
damage.
damage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We always say poison damage, and then we make the noise.
The tick noise. Yeah.
The
Yeah,
fucking-
it's a good clip.
Now, for since you fuckers like to chew on metal, I guess for your birthday, I'm gonna get you a nice like chunk of indium.
Hey, I don't do that anymore.
If you know what that is.
Yeah.
No.
Indium is a good metal because it's fun. It's the only metal that you can put in your mouth and chew like bubble
Like
gum.
gum, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. What
Yeah.
happened to your gallium? I know you used to have some of that.
I lost it.
Or the aerogel. You had aerogel too.
Yeah, I had
thought that was
aerogel and gallium because I thought they were cool.
cool. They were.
They were cool, and then I lost them.
So
It sucked, dude.
I told.
I got the aerogel in the mail, right? Like I
Yeah.
ordered it online. Same deal with the gallium. If you know what gallium is, it's fun. It's a fun metal because
Its melting point is like what 90 degrees.
less. Its melting point's like in the 80s. So you can put it on the palm of your hand, and your body heat will melt it, and you can just
Which
have
is
this
cool.
liquid metal on your hand.
I thought it'd
was
be
kind-
cool to make arrowheads out of gallium. So when you shoot them into someone, they just melt.
See, it'd be more fun to make arrowheads out of mercury, so it would melt inside of them, and mercury's toxic. Gallium isn't.
Yeah, but even still, you got molten.
You still
got
got a
liquid
foreign
metal in you.
substance in your
True,
bloodstream.
true. But
Yeah.
the gallium was fun. Like the only not fun part was that it left like a weird gray residue on your hands, so you had to wash your hands. But the aerogel, it's like this super breakthrough in like they put it in spaceships as like an insulator just because it works so well. It's like fucking 99.9% air.
It weighs nothing.
It weighs nothing. It's like almost it's like see through at the right angles and all that. It's really cool, and it's a great insulator. Like you could have a Bunsen burner. I've seen videos of people who had a Bunsen burner underneath it, and it was like a layer of aerogel that was like a centimeter thick, and they just put their hand on top of it, and they can't feel the heat from the Bunsen burner.
Yeah.
But it's also very resistant to compression. Like compression force, it won't break, even though it's like 90-something% air. So I thought that was cool. So whenever I got it, the first thing I did was take it and squeeze it. And the second I did, it exploded and just pieces
Damn.
everywhere. I collected most of them, and I had just like a nice pile of little pieces of aerogel. But I guess my piece was just too small because it was only like, it was a circle that was about like little less than an inch in diameter. So it just, the second I pulled it out of the box, I squeezed it because I wanted to see if it would break. And the second I put pressure on it, it just fucking just exploded.
Ethan, was it you that I was talking to about the YouTube video idea where I made the armor out of
No, it was me.
ground beef and resin?
Yes, that was me. That was the most
You talked to both of
thing
us
you
about it.
have ever said.
So I had this idea for a YouTube video where I made armor out of bacon and or ground beef and then coated it in resin, and then I would hit it with stuff to see how sturdy it would be.
Like, it makes me physically ill.
The thing that got me
Raw.
the most is a meat helmet, dude. No thanks.
That's what I call
here-
my penis.
Here was
A meat helmet.
Pieces of ham just slap
Here
your
was
face.
Here's a little firefighter.
here's my idea on how I would do it. Right, I would take a mannequin and I'd cut it into pieces so I could segment the armor, and then
You are psychotic.
shut up. And then I would layer the armor how I wanted it, and then I would brush it with resin, let it dry until it was one solid piece, and then I would coat it in the resin, and then clean it up and all that, and I'd attach straps to it and everything, and wear it, and then just see how sturdy it was against like
You just
weapons.
gave me
and
a
stuff.
weirdest. I'd actually like to do it. Actually,
What?
if we had a
Do
table
what?
similar to this?
What, my idea?
Yeah, meat
The
armor.
resin,
Something similar.
the meat armor.
Something similar. With meat, if you got like, I don't know, the length of this table, the surface, you just rolled out like ground beef, so it covered the entire top, and then we just covered that in resin, and then that was the top of the
Ground
table.
beef table would go
Yeah,
hard.
That would go stupid. Do you not think so?
Okay, so
I kind of want to do that. Ground beef table go hard.
Pivoting off that,
Yeah.
another idea is we lay out a nice layer, like maybe like a half an inch of ground beef across the entirety of this table,
Ethan is hating this.
and then
If
one of
y'all
us,
gonna do this, you're not doing it here.
and then one of us
Fair enough.
like strips down to just our underwear and lays on the ground beef, and then the other people will just start molding it over us until we have a ground beef suit.
A raw beef suit.
We don't put resin on it or anything. We just kind of mold it like clay and then
Like a
stand
meat
up
blanket or
and
something.
stand up and hope it stays.
Yeah.
No, but Jake, I think a ground beef table would go
Wouldn't it?
hard.
I would just stare at it. I just like I don't know.
Look at the marbling on
I
this
know.
thing.
Yeah, that's where my mind was at. Anyways, I think it'd be a good idea.
I want
right?
to do that now.
Yeah, I know.
Pay
You know.
close attention to the "I really wish I weren't here right now."
Do you guys you guys know Meat Canyon, right? He's got a couple of podcasts. He has one called Cream Crew, and he does it with Flash Gets, which is two
Yeah.
other YouTubers that animate. And
Two very
one-
well-known ones.
One
I'd like to get in your meat canyon.
one episode that I was listening to, they talked about something similar, and I talked to Kagan about this the other day, where one of them had the idea of they should put their blood, shit, and cum and encase it in resin, all of theirs, and then just put it in the middle of the table, like cut a hole out in the table and then put
That's
it in
like
there.
the ultimate blood oath.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. That's what they were saying.
The human refuse block.
Yeah,
That's like
The cube.
the cube.
like-
yeah,
an essence of a soul.
I
yeah.
think
See,
right
it would be
there.
all of us together.
I think we
Forever.
should do that.
Shit, blood, and cum on my
I really
hands.
think we should do ground beef table.
See,
Okay, good.
I have good
Shit,
ideas
blood and
sometimes.
cum on my hands.
Yes.
Yeah,
I feel like you could do a lot of cool stuff with just like a thin layer of whatever and then resin over the top.
yeah, you could. I want to do a resin table because I find them interesting.
Even like wrinkled aluminum foil. That'd be cool.
I like the ones where people make it look like a river, like they get
Yeah.
like the parts of
Oh,
wood
yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
they fill it. There's some people
With
that make
the
it
resin?
Look, yeah,
Yeah.
some people that make it look like a lava like river where they'll put like some dark stones.
Yeah,
and
I've seen a couple of
and
them
they'll
where
put LEDs in it so the lights will.
yeah,
saw-
I've seen a couple of those where they make like a stream or whatever, like a river or an ocean or whatever out of resin, and then they'll have like a octopus head here, and then you can see the tentacles through the table.
Oh, I saw that one.
really
Yeah, that
cool.
one was cool.
I
really
saw
cool.
a dude who made one of those like flowing river, like nature tables with like he actually did it with like some plants and actual water and put some fish in the river. And then it had a glass top and it actually had like a filtration system and stuff like that. So it was
That's
literally
dope.
an aquarium.
Wow,
table
when I
with, like, a
rage and
river.
slam my fist on the desk and it shatters.
Okay, yeah, that's
Fun.
the only thing. Like if you bought a table that ornate and then you like smashed it on accident, like put something down on it too hard or whatever, that would suck.
Well, usually
ass,
it's got
dude.
some nice thick tempered glass. Like
Yeah.
it's not just like your standard window pane. Or
Yes,
anything like
so
that.
a desk that weighs 2,000 pounds.
Dude,
Perfect for when
something
I'm
that-
moving.
something that just popped into mind. It
Well,
would
if
be
you can
really
afford
cool.
it, you're probably already have a nice house. Like you're
True.
probably pretty well off.
It'd be really cool if you could have like if there was like a see-through top on a table and you had like a scene going on underneath.
I
A
need some
massive
top
orgy.
right
Something
now.
that immediately came to mind is like something from Halo. That'd be really cool.
True.
I
Like
was
see the
oh,
Halo
like
rings,
reach,
like see the Halo rings or something.
Yeah.
and
Oh, I was
like,
thinking like Noble Six fighting.
I was thinking
like
more
in
like
Reach.
I was thinking more like the first two areas in the first Halo game, where it's just like that landscape. That'd
That'd
be
be
beautiful.
cool.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
We're like,
I really want to do ground beef table now.
See, there you go.
I think that
It would be cool, Ethan.
I think it would go so fucking
It
hard.
would. It would.
It wouldn't be hard either.
and then
we
if
just
we
get
hey,
a table.
if we get hungry, we have a snack.
But it's in resin.
I'd break the resin.
you'd be eating plastic.
But no table.
Yummy,
No table.
but crunchy.
I think that should be our
Crunchy.
IHTE staple that we have a ground beef table.
Staple.
Quipsy.
If we make it, that is one of the first big boy purchases.
Ground beef
a table, and then we make it ground beef table.
Or we get somebody to make
Here's the deal: do we just do the tabletop, or do we also do it all over the legs and everything?
I think
No,
every.
so-
Okay, monkey. Well, hold on.
Idea. Perfect idea.
Before
So-
you do that, my initial thought was you have ground beef for the top of the table, right? And then for the legs, each of the legs are different meats.
Ooh.
What were you gonna say, Kagan?
So, in some of those, people make like handles out of resin and stuff, but they'll like break a piece of wood and then it'll be half wood, half resin. We'll do that with the legs. So the leg will be half wood and then half resin full of meat.
Then the stoppers on the bottom of the legs are squished meatballs or something.
We do it like it's spreading. So the top of the table has like ground beef, and it's starting to spread down the legs. So the top part is like tendrils of ground beef, and then it just turns into wood closer to the
Ethan,
bottom.
come on, man.
This
Get in on this.
is going to be a
all
bright
right?
table.
Get in on this.
Until eventually, over time, like it just gets, we start to do more and more over time. Like once we get a video element, until
Okay.
it spreads to the floor,
What
to the rest of
fucking
the furniture.
happens when this meat spoils?
It's going to be encased in resin, so it's not going to spoil.
Okay, but it was exposed to oxygen prior to being
Okay, but
encased.
if it's in resin, there's no oxygen getting into it, so
Okay,
it's
but
not
there's
going.
oxygen in it.
Dickhead,
much.
it's not going to spoil because it's in resin.
Yeah, not to mention, even if there is a little bit of oxygen trapped in there with all the bacterium and stuff like that, that's not enough for them to sustain themselves off of for long.
Like those videos of people who will take like McDonald's and they'll coat it in resin and then leave it there.
That's a great.
I mean, you could leave McDonald's there by itself and it
And
still
it-
won't spoil.
You could. Have you seen the
Yes.
fucking
I know-
pictures of
I know-
like the McDonald's burger that somebody bought back in the 70s
Me
and
and
just kept
Jake's-
it in the wrapper, and it's just like
Me and
it's hard
Jake's-
as a rock, but it looks exactly the
Yeah.
same.
Me and Jake's first job, the first building we had at, they had the back office had a case with McDonald's in it that showed it because they were like health nuts, like don't eat all this bad shit. Remember?
I actually don't remember that.
You don't
no.
remember that? There was like a wooden plaque with a case, like a glass cake cover, and it had like a McDonald's Big Mac meal in it.
Was that at the first location?
Yes,
Where at in the building?
the back corner.
The
By the
room,
mirrors.
the room where we were at, the staff was.
Yeah,
Vaguely.
yeah. It was.
Seems like something you'd remember.
considering you worked there for 8 years, what 7, 8 years?
We were only in that building for like not even a year, dude.
Just a couple months, yeah.
Yeah,
But
You know, Ethan,
I was in and out of that building.
I'm gonna steal one of your
A room.
snacks.
That's fine.
Ethan,
give me one.
This is a good topic though. Like, what would you encase in resin in a table or a piece of furniture?
A body. That'd be cool.
That was my first
A
thought.
skeleton, like one of those Halloween skeleton props. I feel like that'd be pretty cool.
I would
and have
want
them
to do like a
touching it.
nuclear bomb.
Or just, you know how
mushroom
you can
cloud.
donate your body to science? Have one of our fans donate their body to us, and we can encase them in the table.
that would be awesome. That's what is that? What's the premium service? Patreon. That is a Patreon exclusive.
Yeah.
Only the top contributor gets encased in our table.
We don't have a Patreon
Alive.
yet.
They do it
we
alive.
We do not have a Patreon yet.
No.
One day.
Ethan, what would you encase in resin and put in a piece of furniture?
I was thinking a nuclear bomb mushroom cloud.
That'd be pretty cool.
Like one of the scenic ones that I was talking about. Like you see the mushroom cloud come up.
Yep.
And you see like a wasteland.
Yep.
Yeah.
The shockwave and
cool.
all that.
That'd be cool.
What Kagan was talking about though, with the hands reaching up from the like to the top, and you could see the hands there. That's a
Ooh.
hard idea right there.
Yeah.
But I was thinking it's like something like Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe you could have like some of the hands coming up and maybe some like divots, you know, where the hand is
That
reaching
would
up.
be cool.
It's like going through the table. That'd be really cool.
If we need to get a video element, that could be one episode where you just make a table. That could be a Patreon exclusive if we ever decide to have a Patreon. Watch the boys build a table.
I have noticed we're growing steadily.
It's not like it's
not-
not massive like Jake Paul, like been on YouTube been 6 months, never done before, passed all the competition, PewDiePie's next type of shit. But
That
Damn it,
stuff
I-
is oversaturated.
We were just talking about this yesterday, dude, that we needed to open with more engagement with the audience
Yeah.
and be like, and ask for like comments and stuff.
Yeah,
and
we needed to be
feedback.
Like, what are some of y'all's suggestions? What do you want to see?
Because
what are
I
some
do
complaints you have.
I do know a lot of people that listen to the pod often don't listen to the entire episode, or
Which
they'll come back,
sucks.
or they'll come back to it. But yeah,
it's also just people have short attention spans.
that too. Adam, there's not going to be a lot of people. I doubt there's going to be a lot of people that listen to the entire 2 hours and 30 minutes for the.
Unless they're
Last
a
episode.
massive fan of Attack on Titan.
We'll see. We'll see.
It's really the hashtags too. It's like, but it's like people look at our shit, they just don't
Yeah. Well, I mean, we have 19 followers on Spotify and YouTube.
Yeah.
Right now.
Nice.
But like if you look at like whenever I post the thumbnail on the social medias, they get like 200 something views.
Yeah, I mean, they've gotten
it's
a lot
like-
of views, but
But the videos get like 3 or 4 views, and it's like,
you got to keep in mind though, our shit is probably like in their feed, but they're just scrolling past it, not even staying on it for a second probably, or
Yeah.
at least it is a second, and that counts as a view.
yeah.
So, and that happens a lot, I know, with like a lot of different
And
creators.
we promoted one post, and it got over 1,700 views, which was pretty good, I'd say. But
Should we do it again?
I would like to at some point.
But what I was meaning to say though is that we're growing.
Which
Slowly.
is good. Slowly but
Slowly.
surely.
We
like
are
a
growers. We are not
dysfunctional
showers.
penis, we are slowly
We're not
growing.
showers yet.
We're
We will be.
slowly growing.
Once we get a
There's
camera up in
Kagan's
here.
charm.
Yeah.
Like a dysfunctional penis.
We slowly grow, maybe with a little aid of Viagra. Or
He'll
something.
grow.
Penis pump.
I like that because it's like he, heard kind of what metaphors were, but didn't realize they were supposed to have a second meaning.
Yep.
Those are my favorite parts. It's just when
Just
everything
the-
goes silent,
yeah, the nothing.
silent
Just the
until one
silent.
of us says something and we all just laugh. That's
So-
the best part.
For Christmas, my dad invited me to go to Germany,
Yeah?
and I think that would go hard.
That's good, yeah.
That would go hard, but it's also like I've never been to Germany. I don't know what to expect. So
You
it's-
say, hello, meine
Hello.
Schwester und mein Bruder. Hmm? I'm not going to clarify what I just said.
I will not elaborate. So I'm excited for
yeah.
that, but I'm ready for my trip for San Diego.
Damn, you going everywhere, Kagan.
That's you should.
What do you mean, man? Just beat the shit out of Kagan.
Stupid.
What were you gonna say?
So that's something I've always wanted to do. Assuming that I get to the point in life where I have the necessary funds, is just kind of go places, experience different cultures.
Do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But mainly just like visit different countries and stuff like that. Because if you live in Europe, you have a little bit more of a agency in terms of like being able to travel to different countries and stuff. Because
Because
You go to the UK.
Spain is like 45 minutes away from France or whatever.
You go to the UK and it's like a 3-hour train ride to Paris. Like it's,
Yeah.
but like for us, I could be in one side of Arkansas and I could get to the other side, and
It'd be like 2 hours.
it would be like a 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
now from one side to the other side, that's like that's a journey right there.
No.
Trust me, I know.
No, it takes 3 hours to get to Fayetteville from here. So
Yeah, so it's like
shit.
I don't think people.
I mean, they know we live around.
I don't think
Little
people
Rock.
understand.
Now they know we live.
Oh
'cause of
fucking,
Kagan.
Then
oh
give
fucking
them
well.
your address.
Oh
Ethan
fucking well. Jake
lives-
can bleep it out, but
For like a
gonna
split second,
fucking-
I was gonna do it.
Continue.
I don't think the people on the other side of the pond realize how big fucking America is.
Yes.
It's like you can go.
We don't have to travel outside of the country to go on vacation,
Yeah, I'm literally traveling to another state,
which
that is
in itself is like its own country,
yeah. It's wild.
It's like the way that the states are organized here. It's similar to how the EU is organized. It's
Yeah.
like you have Europe and you have all these different countries, and they're the European Union, and you can usually travel between the countries freely.
Yeah.
Assuming that you have like the correct like passes and stuff like that.
The states are really supposed to be their own country. They're just supposed to be united in a union
Yes.
to preserve themselves.
Yeah. People also seem to think of the United States as just like the federal government is just like, and the whole of the country with every state is like just one big entity, and that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Which it kind of is these days.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
nowadays.
because the government has kind of squeaked their way in.
Not a
Slowly
big
but
fan
surely.
of the government.
But no, the way it's supposed to be was, the states are a lot more independent and have all like a lot of their own power and can kind of restrict what the federal government can do.
But like when crisis strikes, they're supposed to be able to unite.
Yeah.
And if like there's war going on, they can declare war and
Yeah,
allocate resources necessary to fight.
yeah, we're one big entity, but we're like a bunch of smaller
Yeah,
entities that
we're
make
like-
up this larger one.
what the fuck are you doing? deep throating your mic.
Yep. As we all do from time to time.
He's seething.
No, I'm good. I'm all right. All right, who did that?
All right, who's the dickhead who fucking did that?
You're done, pal.
That was my phone telling me it was time for the podcast.
I think it's a little late.
A little late.
Yeah.
I didn't actually look at it. I couldn't tell what it said.
No problem.
Big fan of the government. Okay, so trying to think of something. There are a couple of things I wanted to talk about, but it's pivoting back to fucking video games.
Fuck, it's fine. Just talk about it. Fuck.
So, unfortunately, I want to talk about the fact that Helldivers is kind of on life support right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Is that why you haven't played with us past couple nights?
I've just been fucking whooped. Like
Oh.
whenever I've been,
Yeah.
I've either haven't been playing on my computer at all, or when I do, I'm playing Inscription. So great game. Check it out.
Yep.
But Helldivers, ever since that whole debacle and the stuff that's still going on with the game still being blacklisted in like 180 countries, it's just the game. The player count has dropped significantly, and the big like wake up call for me that showed that the player count had significantly fallen was whenever we failed a major order that was to kill 2 billion automatons.
We killed like what?
We killed the
3
same number
billion
of Terminids in like 12 hours.
Yeah.
Like the fact that we had 4 days to do it and it didn't get done. We only got like 75% of the way there. I was just like, oh boy. Like
Here we go.
They really fumbled with that one, you.
it's like it sucks because it's not really Arrowhead's fault. Like
It's
yeah,
Sony's.
they could have handled the situation a little bit better, but Sony just
They just had to go ruin it with their pride and their ego.
you stupid son of a bitch.
But you just had to be the man. Yeah. Fuck Sony. All my homies hate Sony.
Nothing gold can last.
I still love
that glitters.
I still love the fucking review. That was just like I was so busy having fun. I forgot about corporate greed for a moment. Like,
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
Yeah.
Stop! Don't kill me.
Thank you.
Quit trying to play footsie with me. The table's too big.
But it's very unfortunate, man, that this had to happen to
Yeah.
Helldivers, man. 'Cause,
It was such a good game.
the game had its flaws, and the way they developed it, and the things they were doing, like it was starting to get, kind of boring.
It was just getting stale
It was
'cause they
getting
weren't
stale
adding
because they weren't
content.
adding enough content to be able to sustain it.
They kept updating the enemies and not the stratagems, the enemies, like the orders for the enemies, and they weren't giving us the vehicles that they had previously showcased.
Like it was starting to get stale, but I still loved it. And now, for some reason, the game had so much momentum, but all this shit that happened with Sony, just all that
brought
momentum
to a
was just
screeching
fucking
halt.
yeah, literally just fucking.
Like, I like Helldivers, but I'm in the same boat with Adam. Is the lack of content has kind of made me get stale. That's why it's like after one operation, I'm done. It's like after we do one little thing of those 3 missions, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'd like to play something else now.
Didn't we do 2 operations last night?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
This
then
was
we
before you joined us.
and then we said, okay, yeah, I
Because
joined.
then we did like 1 more,
yeah,
and then I got off.
we
Like,
called it quits.
I still love the game a lot. I don't know. Something about it. Like every time I think about playing Helldivers, I'm like, yeah, it'll be fun. But for some reason,
It just leaves a sour taste. in
yeah,
your
it
mouth.
leaves a sour taste in my mouth.
But
It's
we
unfortunate,
definitely need to expand our library.
Didn't it come out in February? We've been playing it for like 3 months.
It came out
straight or
like the end
something?
of the year last year.
No,
Did it?
I think it was
I think
the
it was
beginning
this
of this
year.
year.
It
Yeah, in
was?
January.
Yeah,
I think.
I'm thinking
It was
of
either January or
Lethal
February.
Company. Never mind.
Yeah,
But
So- we've been playing it for like 4 months.
We've been playing it a while.
Yeah, sticking with it.
I just
It does suck to see what's happening to it is ruining its reputation.
I
kinda.
love the game hasn't changed, since we made them backpedal with all our vehement response, but the fact that they're still
It's
like
just
they still have the game blacklisted in 180 countries, which is stupid.
and the vibe just feels off.
Yeah,
now.
and
It
the
doesn't
vibe feels off. It's just like for some reason, it's like we had so much, like I said, momentum and like drive and so much patriotism for this
Yeah.
fictional cause.
The way I compared is picture a rager, like just an absolute monster of a party, and then someone gets into a fight and gets sent to the hospital. The vibe is just kind of killed, and people
Yeah.
like, do we just go back to like partying? Because now that it's just kind of like I don't want to now.
Yeah, it's like
Feels wrong.
everyone
Yeah.
was always like there was just so much hype, and then whenever the shit went down, everyone pivoted all this hype that they had going into the game to
Hating it.
not hating the game, but pivoted all of their energy that they were putting into it to making them backpedal on this horrible decision they were about to make. And then once it happened, and then there was still bad shit happening, people just kind of, I don't know, it's like they spent all their energy trying to deal with that, and now they don't have energy to put into the game anymore.
Maybe because they're so used to just games sucking after decisions like that, so they just don't even try anymore.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like y'all saw the tweet that I sent to our group chat.
Yeah.
That the CEO, he stepped down into a more hands-on position with the game and passed it off to somebody that he said he trusted a lot. So that could either be a great thing or a bad thing. So
I don't know who that person is. I tried finding out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me see if I can find
He
it.
just said he could not, like, he couldn't think of anybody else that he trusts the game more in their hands. So, but we'll see. Like, this can either mean great things because the CEO can actually, dip his fingers in there and, start to do stuff with the game that is fun. Or, well, the former CEO now. Or this new guy is just going to fucking ruin everything. Like,
Hopefully they can pick it back up.
me too, man. I want the game to just make a massive comeback. Like, everyone to just come back into it and just have fun again.
Yeah, but I do want us to expand our game library in terms of just what we play.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like as in like go out and buy games. Just like we need to find something that we can play more frequently.
I
That
think we should try Generation Zero.
it's on Game Pass,
Yeah.
and it's a pretty solid game. It's not like perfect. The character customization's kind of meh, but I mean it's pretty fun. It's basically just into the world, except instead of like zombies or wasteland or whatever, it's just robots.
Honestly,
Basically just a robot uprising and you kill robots. It's fun.
one of the reasons that I play 7 Days to Die so much, well, not anymore, that I got into it so much, even though the game sucked, like on the most basic level, it was just awful, was because it was something that I wanted. Just a nice open world zombie survival game that you could play with your friends, and it had fucking terraforming and mining and collecting resources and fucking building a base, like fortifying, finding a good building and fortifying it. And over time you get better materials and you can fortify it even better until you just have this awesome base of operations that's a fucking fortress.
Yeah.
And like, I liked everything about that. I want something like that, but made with AAA quality,
Yeah.
because, well, AAA quality is kind of bleh. But
What the standard should be for a AAA
yeah, like
game.
a good, well optimized, decent graphics game. The graphics don't even have to be like fucking groundbreaking or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I just want that. I just want a game like that I can play with my friends, but it actually, be good.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, 7 Days, like, I love the core gameplay loop. That's what reeled me in, was the core gameplay loop. I like the gameplay, just the way that the game is optimized, the way it feels to play, the way it runs, the way everything looks. It's just so bad. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
horrible.
I've seen it. It's not a pretty game.
It's like you could have it on the highest settings and the game still looks like dog water. And the thing is, it's called 7 Days to Die because every 7 days there will be a blood moon and you'll just get like a ton of zombies will just descend upon the base that you've been building and you have to defend it for the night. And whenever you get to that day, like, I'll have my game on like pretty high settings, but whenever I get to that day, I have to crank it down to the lowest settings because if I don't, I get like 3 frames per second once all the zombies spawn. Like,
oh god, it's hell.
yeah, and even then you can crank it to the lowest settings and it just increases that from 3 frames a second to like 20. So
Good lord,
yeah, it's bad. The game is so poorly optimized.
sounds terrible.
I'm pretty sure they just did their full release though, and it's been a long time since I played it, so it might
Hopefully
be
it's better. I don't know.
because the game I love the gameplay loop. Like, I just wish that I didn't have to play
I gotta,
at less than 20 FPS.
boys. I gotta go take a shit. Is that all right? Can I
No.
go? Can I go do that?
I was gonna say what Ethan. What'd you say earlier about golden things never last?
Yeah, I was gonna say anything that's gold never lasts.
Yeah, I think it's a good time to wrap it up.
Really?
Almost,
It's 5:40.
in more than an hour and a half.
What are we at time wise?
More than an hour and a half.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yep.
Well,
It's a nice little yap, little yap sesh.
so
Yeah.
who wants to close us out? See us out the door.
Ethan does.
Yay!
Yay, Ethan! Your apartment, your rules.
Ethan, my legs are open and ready for you.
Fuck you. Goodbye.
I think that's gonna do it.
I
for
love Ethan.
I think
He's
that's
so
gonna
great.
do it for today's episode. Be sure to check us out on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcast, and then we have some social medias: Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Maybe that one's still kind of
Up in
up
the
in the
air.
air as to the fate of it. But and we forgot to mention at the beginning, but if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or ideas, feel free to let us know in any of those platforms, and we will see what we can do with it.
I'm always in the market for just some really good ideas.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I've kind of had a few like ideas that are kind of in beta rattling around
Yeah.
in my head. Like I don't have a full picture of what I want to do, but it's kind of like the base groundwork.
Yeah.
A foundation.
Yeah, we'll always be open to hear like if there's something that somebody comments that they want us to do an episode about and we can turn it into something fun. Then
Yeah. Any and all feedback is welcome, even if it's like some criticisms
Yeah,
about volumes.
even
or
if you're just like you guys
format.
fucking suck, I hate you. We'll
yeah, it
take
helps. It helps.
Some
Yeah.
interaction is better than none.
That's true.
We'll take it.
And we can take shit on the chin, so it's not gonna hurt our feelings. Just tell us,
God, I love
what we can do to
shit on my
improve.
chin.
Love getting just heavy, sweaty things on my chin. But
Terry folds.
just
Terry
Just-
fold flap.
just any of those, any critiques, ideas, anything that you think would help, we are open to here. But if that's all, I think that'll do it for this episode, boys.
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
Ethan looks like he's in hospice, dude. He looks like he's about to pass
He's
out.
on life support over here.
Tired
He's
all
like,
of a sudden.
Did you work today?
Nope.
No. Oh yeah, that's right. You had a party for your grandfather.
It's supposed to be a
Who's
celebration of life, which was not a celebration.
It
so-
wasn't.
No. It was like another funeral.
Oh god, it's just awkward.
It wasn't awkward. There was just a lot of sad songs being sung.
Oh, it's like, can we play like
and then there were just a bunch
like
of people
Happy by
mourning.
Pharrell Williams?
Can we
or-
play like Party
That's-
Rock Anthem?
that's
by
what
Lil
he
Fat
wanted.
Wolf?
or like Congratulations by Post Malone or something?
He had paid these food trucks to feed everyone for the day.
Before he died?
Yeah,
Dude, he
that's what
dropped
he wanted. He had arrangements and
He
set up.
pre-ordered.
Everybody's
He
gonna
pre-ordered
want-
that shit. And
Everybody's
said, "All right,
gonna want crazy fries after I'm gone.
but
crazy
no
fries
one,
and garlic bread. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
No one was dancing or anything. They were just kind of standing around, crying and just being sad.
His ghost comes in.
That's-
Man, why the fuck is everyone so sad?
That's not
I got
what he
fries
wanted.
for
He
you. What do
wanted
you-
everyone to be dancing and be
I
happy.
spent all this money on fucking food trucks, and everyone's just kind of.
The food was great.
He's just in the afterlife, like, what a bunch of bitches.
Like, I gave you this, and this is what you do with the squandered wealth. God, I'm a failure.
Well,
Take my food trucks and take my generational debt.
I don't think he had any debt.
Good.
I think he
All
was
right.
very frugal.
Good on him.
All right, that's gonna do it. Bye bye.
Bye.
toodles.